There are low and medium content book niches earning self-publishers hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, sometimes from just one book. Now today I'm going to show you 3 examples of lesser known sub-niches and their top ranking books, their estimated earnings. Number 2 is going to absolutely blow your mind, why they work and how you can replicate their success. I'm also going to share the one mistake that so many low content publishers make that absolutely kills their chance of success in top earning niches. If you're new here, I'm Rachel Harrison-Sund and I've published over 1,000 fiction, nonfiction, and low content books under various brand names. And I've taught over 5,000 self-publishers how to start generating passive income, creating and selling journals, planners, and other types of low and medium content books. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the first niche we're going to look at is cutout and collage books. And this first book is a ransom note letters book, which is essentially 1,800 cut and paste materials. So it includes alphabet letters, numbers, punctuation, and symbols for collaging bulletin boards and mixed media. This is a paperback book. It's $15.99 with a color interior, and it's a #1 bestseller in antique and collectible non-sports cards, and it also ranks really well as #2 in scrapbooking and #5 in mixed media craft. Now this book is doing really well with a bestsellers rank of 6,882. It's generating about $2,000 per month. Now you might be thinking, shouldn't it be earning a little bit more than $2,000 a month with a bestsellers rank as low as that? Now the thing is, this is actually using premium color interior paper, which is really important for people that are buying this book in order to use the contents of it for the different paper crafts that they're going to be making. Shoppers in this niche are going to be demanding really high quality materials. So always keep in mind who your intended purchaser is and think about what's going to be important to them. Now it's true, if they had just chosen regular color for this book, they'd be earning a lot more, but then they might start getting negative reviews about the quality of the paper and the color inside. So this person has made the correct choice here. So why is this book doing so well? Well, firstly, it's just a really great, simple and unique concept in the popular niche of paper crafts. It can be used for junk journaling, scrapbooking, collage, decoupage, and any other paper craft. They've got a compelling book description and really colorful, attention-grabbing A+ content. And finally, really colorful, really attention-grabbing cover art. So here's an example of a book that's really similar to the one that we just looked at. And notice that they've had to undercut the price of that original book by $2 just to be able to stay competitive, because really it is a very similar book. Some might say almost identical. Now the next example, it's in the same niche, but they've taken a completely different approach to it. So chonky cats to cut out and collage. So this is super cute, and you can see how this might appeal to a completely different target audience. So they've done a really good job of standing out here. Here's another example from the same self-publisher. Cats in cardigans, super cute. And again, this really does stand out and offer something completely different than that Ransom Notes book, even though it is in the same niche of paper crafts. Finally, a couple more examples here. We've got one with a fairy theme, and they've also done one in more of like a dark, scary, vintage aesthetic. So a really good example of knowing who their target audience is and then creating something that will appeal to probably a very, very specific and very small subsection of people that are interested in paper crafts. So how can you succeed in this niche? Now, if you wanted to just create another ransom letters book, it would actually be really easy. You would just open up your design program and create pages of letters and numbers and punctuation marks in various fonts and colors. Now, if you really want to succeed in this niche, rather than just creating something that is super similar to what's already out there, I would encourage you to try and think of a completely different angle that you can approach this with. Think of a specific target audience. So maybe it's something like train enthusiasts or flower lovers, or maybe it's something that's aimed towards kids rather than adults. Think of a unique angle so that you can cash in on the niche, but you're not doing something that's nearly identical to what's already out there. Okay, so the next niche we're looking at is kids question and answer game books. And the first book we're gonna take a look at is this insane bestseller called Would You Rather Book for Kids. And it's a collection of 300 hilarious, silly, and challenging questions to make you laugh. Now this book is seriously going to blow your mind when I tell you how much money a month this book is earning. So this is a paperback book priced at $9.99. It's got a black and white interior, and it is a #1 bestseller in 3 different categories. It's #1 in children's party game books, in children's question and answer game books, and in children's word game books. Now, look at the bestsellers rank here. This is ranked at number 150 in the entire Amazon store. And what that means in terms of earnings is that this book is generating over $25,000 a month. That's $850 a day from one book. Now, why is this book doing so well? Well, again, it's a really simple and unique concept. It's basically just taken a game that most of us have heard of before. Most of us have played this game with our friends, and he just turned it into a book. Now, this book would be so easy to create. Really, you're just coming up with simple questions, and then you're throwing it into a really simple interior layout. So let's talk about why this book is working so well. They simply took a verbal game that most of us have played before, most of us know and love, and they put it into a book format. They've created a compelling book cover that perfectly targets exactly who it was created for. They've got a very compelling book description that talks not only about what the book is and the different features, but the benefits of the book. Spending quality time with your kids in a way that's fun for both of you. Something to do if they're bored, an engaging activity that keeps them entertained. Hours of laughter and fun-filled joy. Motivating your kids to develop reading skills, encouraging good behavior through hilarious and silly questions. Challenging your kids intellectually. These are all things that parents of any child really care about, and they've done such a good job here of presenting these benefits. And a reason why not only would this be fun for kids, but it's great for the parent as well. And then all of those benefits are restated here in the A+ content. Stimulating your child's mind, improving parent-child relations with family discussions. So for other examples in this niche, we've got the Try Not to Laugh Easter Challenge, which is an Easter joke book for kids. This is also ranking incredibly well at number 402 in the entire Amazon store. And the publisher of this was really smart. They chose a very narrow niche, which is Easter. So they're focusing specifically on a holiday. So this book might not generate a ton of money the entire year round, but when Easter rolls around, which at the time of shooting this, it is kind of right around the corner, this book will probably generate a year's worth of earnings just in the few weeks leading up to Easter. Next, we've got this Jokes for 8-year-olds book. Again, they've been really smart here by zeroing in on this very specific niche. This book is specifically for 8-year-olds. You could do one for 5-year-olds, 4-year-olds, 10-year-olds, whatever. And this book is ranking 812 in the entire Amazon store. And then finally, we've got this fun to find search the page book. So if you wanted to succeed in this niche, I would try and think of, are there any games that you used to play as a kid that you could then turn into a book? So just as an example, my husband and I last year, we took an improvisation workshop, and we learned a lot of different games in that workshop, and we now play some of those games at home with our kids. That could be something that I could turn into a book format. Or if you wanted to stick with the would you rather concept, I'd consider a different target audience. So is it would you rather for couples, or would you rather for BFFs? Or is it a would you rather that you could play over family dinners? So again, rather than creating something that's nearly identical to a book that already exists, think about what your unique angle is going to be so that you can differentiate yourself from what's already out there. All right, niche number 3, reverse coloring books. And if you don't know what the heck a reverse coloring book, it's basically a book that has the colors and then you are the one that draws the lines on top of the colors. So this is the original reverse coloring book here. It's a $14.99 paperback, and it's got a bestsellers rank of 1,953 in the entire Amazon store, ranking number 2 in pen and ink drawing and number 57 in coloring books for grown-ups, which we all know is a super competitive niche. Now, in terms of earnings, this is a color interior, but I don't know if it's premium color or standard color. So that's going to make a significant impact on how much this book is actually earning. Now, if it's just a plain color interior, this book is generating almost $6,000 a month. If it's premium color, that gets reduced substantially to about $1,100 a month. But that is still a fantastic earnings for just one book. This book is working so well because the creator found an absolutely ingenious way to stand out in the super competitive niche of coloring books. This is a completely different take on coloring books that I've never seen before. It's got fantastic looking A+ content that really highlights how you use the book, as well as some of the raving reviews that people have left on this coloring book. And you can see this author has other books in this series as well. And if someone has purchased one of these coloring books and enjoys it, you can bet they're going to be purchasing more in the series. Now for other examples, we've got this reverse coloring book of plants. So this person's been really smart. They've niched down, they've targeted a very specific theme here. Again, really colorful, attention-grabbing A+ content. And you can see they've also got an entire series of these reverse coloring books, all with very distinct themes. We've got mandalas, patterns, flowers, kaleidoscopes. And then we've got another one here that's targeted at children. Again, colorful, attention-grabbing A+ content, explaining how it's done, with links to all of the other books in their series. And if you want to succeed in this niche, do the same. Target a different audience, target a different theme or special interest, maybe create a different size. These all seem to be 8.5 by 11. Could you do something that's really small and pocket sized and then market that as something that you could take with you on the go? Be different. So what is the one mistake that so many low content publishers make that absolutely kills their chances of succeeding in these top trending niches? Well, when a YouTuber like me creates a video like this talking about these top trending niches, so many people just simply go out and copy what they're seeing. And the only way to win when you're copying a top-selling book is by undercutting the price. No one's gonna buy your book at the same price as this other top-selling book that's almost the same that has dozens of 5-star reviews. So the only way you can succeed is to undercut the price. You need to do something different. So if you decide to pursue one of these ideas, don't create something that's so similar that a shopper wouldn't be able to differentiate between your book and the book that you took inspiration from. Think about how you can make your book unique. Can you target a slightly different niche or a slightly different audience? Can you use a different design sensibility? Can you add something unexpected? You're going to need to do something new, different, or better in order to cash in on any top earning niche. And hopefully these examples have got your wheels turning. Now, if you want to learn how to start making passive income creating and selling books just like these on Amazon, check out my free guide that you can download right in the description below. 3 steps to publishing your first low content book in less than a day. And check out this video next if you want to learn how you can start generating income on Amazon KDP using Canva AI. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on Monday.